Good morning, everybody. It's May 5th. It's 11:16 Eastern Standard Time, and I'm taking a break from the usual content that I've been putting up, and I'm nearing 760 subscribers, and I thank you all for joining up on the channel. So today I'm just talking about a brief talk about artificial intelligence and in music, and all the deep fakes that go on with different artists. I just watched a video over on Rick Beato's channel about this, and he had some predictions for the future. I made a comment over there just before I came on to do this, and they're talking about how it's going to change the industry a little bit. And I'm not a fan of anything like that. I don't care for artificial intelligence in any format. I don't use it. I know that's a thing that people are doing now. So I also record my own music. I feel it's very important for human beings to express themselves as humans, and then people are taking that content and that music and bringing it to these generated platforms where they can put someone's voice on basically anything, or they can, in the case of this Drake song that was covered on Rick's channel. I forget the name of the title already, but it's okay. Someone took his voice and likeness and put it on this track. They wrote this original music track with Drake's voice and created this brand new song, which got all these views and whatnot. Certain other artists are asking for 50% of the money made from these tracks. And I, being that I'm older, as you can see, my hair color, it may sound like, get off my lawn kind of thing, but I don't subscribe to this technology, even though people are going to use it. There's no getting around it. People are going to use this stuff, and they are. But I will not listen to it if it's labeled as AI, as a stream, or it's packaged that way to purchase as a record. I'm not putting my money towards that. So my view is, and I've made a comment about this, if you're a true music fan of an artist, you will support that artist. You will not be supporting these AI scenes. In the old days, they used to call those kind of people posers, people who behave as fans of a band or an artist, but really they're not. They're just kind of playing the role of a fan. So if you want to be a poser and support this AI stuff, it's going to be out there. People are going to use it. I'm not, because I'm a musician. I don't support these fake things. Whatever I write is from me. I don't, we have technology, of course, to record music. We have all the, computer software and things like that. But if you're really worth your salt as a fan, you will support the artists that you love. And that's the whole thing too. If you love the artists that you follow and you go see their shows, you support them in all these different ways. So if you're going to go out and do this AI scene, I mean, I guess it's like an unstoppable force that's happening. People are going to use it regardless. People can tell a difference. People who are really listening and who really are truly fans of that artist are going to know the difference between real and fake. So if you want to support the fake stuff, no one's stopping you. I just feel it's very disingenuous, and it's kind of cheap. And a lot of it's like cheap money. It's like these sort of, instant gratification scenes. And it's like, that only lasts for so long. But that's my 2 cents on the situation. I guess it doesn't really bother me. I'm not part of a label. I don't have my music, with a label, to get, pushed out there into the masses. I do it all I do it all DIY. I'm complete do it yourself. I think it's another way of doing things where you're basically taking everything into account. You're responsible for all the different actions, how your music gets out there, how you promote it, your performances, using your own sort of ways and means of booking shows. It's all done under your efforts. So I'd rather have that than being under sort of control of a corporate entity, and they're dictating all the shots. They're keeping all the money. And it's not really a way of moving forward, despite the technology we have, the state of the music industry, the way it is with labels and how they assign points to different songs. So there's all these different things. As an artist, you have more control now than ever. You don't need a label. You can do a distribution deal, et cetera, to get your music out there. We all know the distribution sites that are out there. I'm not going to promote any of them. But yeah, so the whole AI thing is what it is. But I just wanted to kind of make that point today that true artists and true fans support each other. There's no going into, oh, did you hear this song by this person that I love and had this AI thing? Did you hear it? It's like, if you're doing that kind of thing, you're not really supporting the artist. That's really the crux of the whole argument that I'm presenting. you know if you're gonna if you like your artists, if you like your bands, you'll buy their stuff off their website, you'll buy their stuff off Bandcamp, and the monies that are generated from that go to the artist. That's the thing too. If you it's That's really the main point that I can't say enough over and over again. Support the people you love, your musicians that you love, your bands that you love, songwriters. Support them. This AI thing, it's cheap stuff, and it may sound fantastic and great and it's so intriguing, but give the artists you love. Okay, actual support. That's really the thing, because without that, musicians can't continue what they're doing. So if people don't support this AI scene, then what's left for people who are actual musicians, not fake musicians, that they're using all this technology to create this amazing AI generated thing. And it's really, it's good. It's been said before, even on Rick's channel, it's going to be used more and more. It's kind of this force. It just depends on what the labels are going to do about it and the corporate entities. But if you're not part of that corporate scene, if you're not an artist that's under that umbrella, I guess maybe retaining representation. If people aren't using your music without your knowledge, or they're using your music without your knowledge, and you have to litigate to, especially if there's money being generated off of that, it's going to really kind of come down to litigation, I think, for a lot of people. If someone gets the notion that someone's using their likeness in their own separate channels, whatever their platform of use is, or platforms of use, to put this music out there, that's not something that you gave permission to use. It's going to be interesting to see the legal ramifications of that and how that pans out. So it's kind of another way to kind of screw over musicians. Again, nothing new. It's been going on for hundreds of years, at least 100 years. People not being properly compensated for the art, and it happens with artists too, and photographers and things like that. So it's really doing a disservice, and you're going to see some things go away. You're going to see some really talented people kind of fall by the wayside, and I guess to make way for the lesser entities, and they're getting all the shine, and true artistry kind of goes out the window. So with anything with technology, there's good and bad with it, as we all know. I'm older. I've seen all this technology develop and come up. I mean, everybody that's sort of millennial generation, they've been involved with it from the beginning. For people like myself, we've seen it develop and come to what it is in modern day. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting quandary, seeing how these things are kind of moving along and shaping and shifting and all this kind of stuff. Just trying to see who joined up here. So it's something that I don't know what's going to happen with it. I really don't. But it is what it is, right? So I'm definitely curious to see how it's going to pan out. I'm not going to be supporting any of it. Like I said, if it's packaged with AI on it, my money does not go to it. My ears don't go to it. I don't really care. So everybody's left to their own devices, right? So however you want to roll with that, it's up to each person individually. So I don't want to convince you of something otherwise. People are going to do what they're going to do. I'm not going to try to re-educate or anything like that, but just maybe some food for thought, perhaps. I don't know. It feels very cheap. Even and Rick mentioned this too with Cher when she started using auto-tune. Now it's like the big thing. It covers up a lot of things. It's an effect, obviously. Like anything with, say, guitar playing, you have guitar effect pedals that change the sound, make it more interesting. But still, the person behind it is playing the instrument. It's not generated through artificial intelligence. The person is actually doing the playing, but the effect pedal is enhancing what's happening on the guitar to change the overall sound, create a mood. So it's a tool to express yourself. It's not to replace yourself. It's actually to further enhance what you're doing. So with auto tune, it's an effect also, right? So it's gonna change the sound of the voice to fit um, a certain idea, perhaps maybe as a producer. Hey, we should affect the voice in these moments. It could be throughout the tune. It could be for a certain part of a tune. So in that sense, you could probably view it as artificial intelligence in a way, but it's not a complete replacement of a guitar playing part, which I'm sure that's going to be the next thing, right? We have with modeling on amps, we have sounds that are modeled. Like say, if you want a plexi amplifier, you can get, of course, everyone has their laptops and they have their chain effects set up on their laptop to reproduce their effects without bringing an amp with them, or a pedal board with all the effects on it. I prefer that. I like using the effects pedals. I can see them. I can step on it. I know it's right there. I can generate that. So not that I'm against technology, because I do use it. I'm using this to do my live stream. But I think just the complete replacement of an artist to create this artificial intelligence thing, I don't care for it. Some people are going to use it. Again, it's the new shiny object that's out there, right? So people are going to start using it. So whatever I say isn't really going to make a whole huge difference, apart from what I mentioned before, in terms of supporting people and really, really giving them your all. And really, like in the old days, we would follow people around. We go to these, and it still happens now. It hasn't gone away. But people would follow artists. I've done it. I've not around the country, but some people are just that fanatic, like really fanatic, where they'll go to every state they can go to, depending on how much financial means they have to do that. Some people stay up for a whole year to follow their bands around the country, and small tours in clubs, or, stadium tours, whatever the particular artist is doing, they'll go and support that. So that's the thing too, is the level of support that people give to their favorite music really means a lot. And that's the thing that keeps these artists out and running, is fan support. So if you're gonna do the AI trip on, say, any song, any group, any genre, whatever the style, if you're gonna support that scene, you're really screwing over the people you enjoy listening to. So hopefully that is something that people will take to mind and go, yeah, what am I doing? Why am I listening to this for? This is not even the real thing. Why am I putting my ears towards that stuff? When's the new record coming up by so and so? So if you're gonna go to somebody's page that's generating this stuff and putting it out there, I don't know. I don't see it as a viable thing. I wouldn't do that. If, like, I'm a big Rush fan, as you can see. You've seen my videos. You see I wear Rush shirts. I wear King's X shirts. All these different bands, Voivod. I mean, I'm into a lot of different kinds of groups. So, but I support those bands. In fact, I'll just do this real quick. In this box, I have the 40th anniversary of Rush's Signals album, and I haven't even opened it yet. I just got it yesterday. So that might be like an unboxing video, but I support those guys, and that's the thing. It's like, I will always support the bands I love, as often as I can, as the monies allow, as long as my fiscal thing is happening, I can do certain things. So anyway, I just wanted to jump on today and just kind of put this out there as a, spontaneous live stream. I didn't announce it. I just want to jump on and do this. And you'll get to, view this and make comments on what you think about AI, whether it's done for art, with your, like myself, if I did an AI photo, which I haven't done because I really don't want to. I do effects on my photos, which, I mean, I guess, if I'm doing a video, you've seen some of my videos in the shorts. I got a ton of them in there. And I do certain effects on the presentation, like the filters, basically, right? That's a form of artificial intelligence, because it's not you. I mean, I'm not using AI in the screen right now. It's me. I'm not using any effect to do anything other than just the lighting and things like that. So, I use it too, but I don't prolifically use it. I don't use it on the regular, and I certainly wouldn't want to do it with my music. So, I mean, it's an interesting thing to think about and to discuss, and to, whether you're with people and you're talking about this, or just in your own consciousness. Um, you know, what are we supporting if we're doing this AI scene? What is the reasoning for it? First off, like what is it supposed to be doing? To music in general. What is the reasoning? Yeah, art comes. Yep, absolutely, man. Art comes from the soul. AI isn't a soul. Exactly. That's the thing. It's like, thank you, Paul. Um, you know, I don't know. It's definitely interesting. Any new technology that comes up is going to be good or bad depending how it's used, right? So AI, if it's going to be used to replace an artist, which is what it kind of seems to be doing, with in the case of just like I mentioned before, Rick's video. Maybe I'll put a link to it maybe in the just in the video description. You can go there and watch it. I think it just came out like how old is it? I think it's about maybe a few hours old or so, maybe 2 hours. I'm not sure how old it is. I just saw it this morning in my feed. I mean, if I just watch it, it's like 13 minutes and change. um, yeah, that's the thing that I want to bring back as a point. That's the music is coming from the person, and that's the soul part, which is a great point that was raised here in the chat. Um, if it doesn't have any soul to it, you know, I don't see the attraction. I really don't. It sounds pristine and clear and sounds perfect. That's not really soul. That's machinery. That's ones and zeros. Binary code. And all that kind of stuff. So it's not really. That's why it's artificial, right? The intelligence part is the technology to create that. Artificial is artificial. So, and if it's going to be labeled that as a selling point, I don't know about you, but I'm not buying it. Why would I want fake for? I want the real thing. I want the real stuff. And if you're a true fan of music, I would assume you want that as well. That's something that gets you into an artist. It's like their vocal expression, and the mistakes they make on stage. Who cares? That's part of being a human being. If it's perfect, perfect isn't real. It isn't attainable by a human being. So why would you want to put stuff behind that? I don't understand, but I don't have to. I just know what I enjoy and what really hits me. What resonates with me is the real stuff. That's what really kind of gets me is seeing an amazing guitar solo, or seeing a guitar player play and their rig craps out and then they get it going and you're supporting that. You're cheering that on, like, oh, get that gig, get that rig back going. I want to hear the playing, and then it's back up and running and everyone's happy. That's the real stuff, not this other stuff where it sounds amazing and perfect. That's not attainable by any person. So I don't know. I don't know the reasoning why this is a thing that has been sort of brought up to be a thing, artificial intelligence. I don't know. Again, what is the gain factor in that? I don't, so if someone could explain to me, that'd be fantastic, because I don't see why. I mean, it's great. We can do this as a human race. We can create these things with technology. We can do these artificial, intelligence bits. But as a person, as a music fan, what is that supposed to do for me? I don't know what what that is. So again, if someone can explain to me in the comments, please do, because I don't find any of it attractive. I mean, it may be fun, I guess, for the average Joe, but again, if music fans I don't think any of them want this stuff. If you're really that hardcore as a fan, I don't see it in my mind, in my thought process. How is that attractive? So anyway, I think I think I made a lot of points. So feel free to comment, in the comment section what you think about all this stuff. Do you think I'm on point? Do you think I'm overreacting? I just feel very passionate that the fandom should be paramount, and having that AI scene, I don't know how that kind of fits into being a fan of something. I don't really get it. If you want a plumber to come and fix something wrong in your house, you're going to hire artificial intelligence to do it? No, you're going to hire a human being, because they're going to be there. They're going to see the stuff in real time and they're going to fix it. So, I just don't see, I guess there's longevity in it. I don't know. I don't see, again, what the value is. I mean, they're getting views. I mean, these things are getting views, obviously. So I don't know. What does that say about us as a consumer of music and art? What does that say about us? Do we want human beings to create things that reflect us humans, or do we want the machinery to reflects something that's not human. I don't know. All right, guys. Anyway, it's Friday. I want to go on and on about it, but I want to just jump on and do this. And please feel free to view this video. If you like the content on the channel, feel free to like and subscribe. The subscriptions are going up. I'm very happy and very grateful to everyone that's been checking out the content and viewing it. So I will end on this note. And again, please feel free to comment below and see what you think of what I just talked about for the past 20 minutes. All right, guys, have a great weekend. More stuff is coming. I have new features coming up. I have a great feature coming up at the end of the month. I'm not going to reveal it right now, but you'll see little blips about it. And check out the community tab on my channel. There's a lot of stuff in there, videos that maybe you haven't seen yet, other kinds of content in the community tab, updates about what's going to be coming up. So it's a great place to go to see what's happening. And thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.